the map.
You send me the link on Discord?
It's not. I can do that too. It's just YouTube tends to stream really well. Alright, there. Share. Copy. Discord. And go to this here. And it's gonna go to Weeaboo. And then I'll message that. And there you go, you got a link. There, that way you can, YouTube's always like a nice little thing.
Okay, I'm on it.
Yep, that should be streaming now.
Yep.
That's working? Okay, yep, so I'll turn off my UI so you can see.
Is that like a bird?
Yeah, you get, oh, cool thing, you get flying now. At like, you used to not be able to fly in these zones, but anyways. This is one of the starting zones here. I can make this a bit bigger. Go to world map. And the cool thing is the touchpad on your PlayStation 4 controller, you can use that as a mouse as well.
Oh yeah, I like that feature.
So yeah, they actually did a pretty good job there. So yeah, this is the world, but this is just for artistic purposes.
Yeah.
Here, so let me think of a cool little zone. Let's travel to. You don't have to like walk everywhere. They use teleporting big time in this game, so pretty much you can go anywhere via teleporting for a small fee. So you don't have to like waste time walking places. Let me think here.
Are you considered like endgame?
Yeah, I'm at the end game. It did not take long, believe me. The end game is really actually, it's not so much about the end game as it is about the journey.
Is there PvP?
It's not very good. It's there, but it's not very good. It's like WoW's PvP. WoW's PvP. I would say that you play it more for the story. It's more of a Final Fantasy first than it is an MMO. But yeah, this is just one of the areas here. You get 3 city-states, at least around here. And and
So
also
like
you get crafting as well. So this is your character. Me, I'm Summoner. Try to make this a bit bigger so you can see it. And so these are all. This is my character here, and this character wants. These are all the crafting classes. The level cap is 80, and these are all the jobs. Blue Mage is limited. That means it can't go. But this is actually like a crazy this class is actually really like powerful. Like you can one-shot shit. Yep. Thaumaturge is Black Mage. Dancer, Machinist. That's these are like archers. These are like, this one turns into Bard. You actually get a musical instrument with this job. Samurai, melee DPS, all that. This doesn't really matter, let me think here. But yeah, this is just one of the zones here. You can't mount up in there. But, let's see, what's a good area to show off? Go to Heaven's Word. But I'll say at the beginning of the game it's very slow. That's it. But you'll see it's very pretty.
How long have you been a part of the franchise?
Part of the franchise since I was a kid. Part of this game since May. That was before they like did a bunch of like that was when like oh another thing. So one thing about this game that some people don't like, me I kind of like it because it gets everybody to suffer together. Is there's something called the MSQ or main scenario quest, which is kind of like the story of the game. These are all the quests. See me scrolling?
Yeah.
Yep. Quests. It's really long.
Have you completed all these?
Yep, look, see this? This is well over 60 hours of gameplay. That's just the first expansion, this is the second one.
Damn!
And all of them have cutscenes. Some of them have voice acting, some of them don't. This is another one. That one's just like... This is the... Yep, this is not even the third expansion yet. This is the third expansion.
Ooh. You have to pay money for each expansion?
For the last two.
How many expansions?
I think I just got... they're having a 50% off sale, so... But... It's worth it, like, because, like, this is so much content. This is so much content. Like, this is literally, like... And this isn't just the only thing you can do. Like...
Yeah, I'd assume there's, like, side quests.
There's also... Yeah, there's Savage Raid, so... Like, Let me see here. I actually want to show off my mounts here. No, I don't want the Griffin. That's the one. People, this game is more so like glamour and shit too. And I'm a Mikote. There are, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4. I think there's 8 different races. And through the free trial, you get to play 6 of them. Stats don't matter. But let's just take the UI off. It looks really good when you don't have the UI like taking up the whole screen.
Yeah. What mountain is that called?
This is the one from... Yeah, it's a pretty low drop rate. It's called like Gabriel Alpha. Looks pretty cool. And I'm doing this, I actually haven't touched a keyboard once. I'm doing this all on controller. I played this game all on controller, so it's completely possible to work with on controller. On keyboard and mouse, it's a little bit different. But I like it because, let me think here. Oh, you probably want to see a boss fight. So let's show you some combat, shall we? Alright. So cool thing is, if you want to get into dungeons, stuff like that, really simple. Just go in here. I'm gonna play ninja. Fun.
So what does ninja specialize in?
It's melee DPS. It's melee DPS and there's group utility things. So what you do is you get mudras. And so like this one here, you have to like know the combos. Like this one's an AoE. But you also have to keep up this one here, your Huton, which is this is my ability to move faster.
So it's a little bit delayed.
Yeah. Yeah, I know there's a delay. But the main thing is this ability here on the left, which is Trick Attack. And that's increases damage by 5% to your target.
Oh, that'd be
for
pretty
everybody,
useful.
so think Discord Orb for Zen.
Okay, so it's more of a...
It's a melee DPS.
Okay.
But yeah, let me just show you if boss fight. We'll do a trial. So there's like 3 different flavors. So the dungeons are like 3 bosses. You do them in a party of 4. Trials are like 1 boss, you fight it directly on. And then raids are 8 people. Alliance raids are 24, so it's 3 groups of 8. Oh, I could do these ones tend to be pretty easy.
That's cool.
But yeah. Game's very PvE focused, not so much PvP.
I figured that.
You've heard
so
what?
What would you rate it on a scale?
Give it an 8.
Okay.
8 or a 9. It's still a lot of fun. I enjoy it.
Yeah.
Like if you want something just chill, no stress, like just something where to think, no like worrying about gear and shit like that. Like gearing in this game is very easy.
Yeah, it's like more of like a game where you don't have to focus that much on it. You can just relax, listen to some music.
Yeah. It could, but the savages are like, if you want to get really into it, the savages are insane.
Do you do those?
No, not really, because they're so difficult. Like literally, it's.
And you said you had a strong class, and it's difficult for you.
Oh, let me show you. This is gonna be kind of against like guidelines, but
What do you mean?
this is like technically you're not supposed to spoil the story, but you won't really know what's going on for this one. But the let me queue for let me see what the fights are like here. Not that one. Do. I like this one.
So what are they like? Are they story based or are they like side?
It's all story based. Although it's Shadowbringers, I don't want to do that one. That's like spoiling things. I'm gonna do trials. It takes a little bit to. I'm playing warrior right now. I love this class. Yeah, I don't have it displayed here, but yeah,
I just figured.
I got this here.
Oh, what's up, Aiden? Dude, that looks sick.
I'm just showing Aiden Final Fantasy 14. And I also have Dark Knight leveled. It's not 15. 15 was a mistake. I don't like 15. No, Final Fantasy 7 remake. That was well done. Tetsuya Nomura did a good job with it.
Aiden, do you have where the freak did you go? Gone for like a year.
Oh, I can't put glamours on here. Travel teleport.
Disappeared it?
Second. So, this class that I'm on right now is Dark Knight. You get a 2-handed sword. It's also a tank. A lot of people like playing this because you can do. Basically, like this game, I would say people focus. Like the true end game is like glamoring your character to look cool. Because the gear itself, like the stats on it, like yeah, you could min-max all day, but at the end of the day, it's not going to matter because the trials and the duties and all that are very more so your positioning in the arena and for mechanics for the boss are more important than your actual stats, I'd say. Like it does matter, but I would say it's not as nearly as important.
Okay, so you don't have to.
It's more your game sense of actually knowing what to do.
Oh, cool. So if you're going into a boss fight, like probably like study on it or something. Like,
you have to go in with a group and try and fail and like know what to do, because like there's stuff that'll wipe the raid. Like if you don't do them properly, it's like everybody dies.
Can you do like clans or like?
Yeah, like they're called free companies in this game, but yeah, you can do that in this game. Like I'm part of one.
What's the cap for it?
Oh yeah, it's online. It's massively multiplayer. Yeah. Oh, this is trial here.
So how big can a party get? Like
this is a full party, so it's 8. The biggest ones are 24, and in some instances you can go up to 48.
Are these like randoms or something?
Yeah, these are just random people.
So you can queue for random things, so even if you didn't have a clan, you could still do
Yeah, you can still do it, but the savages, like, I wouldn't say that people queue up for savages.
Yeah.
I would say it's very PvE focused. There is PvP, but it's not nearly as, I'm gonna die from the mechanic. I forget the mechanics for this fight.
So what's the newest Final Fantasy?
Final Fantasy VII Remake.
7. What's the?
It's really good. I liked it. It's a little short.
I was
but
thinking about getting.
I think it's only $20 or something too.
I didn't have money at the time.
This is a stack mechanic. Like it telegraphs all what you're supposed to do.
This is a really cool.
I actually think this kind of boring for this. This is from the 3rd expansion. And it's not really that interesting. The newest expansion has really cool boss fights.
Aiden, do your parents allow you to get eyes?
Oh shit. So, TLDR, this is like, they give you like this is like the easy mode of the boss, but there's the crazy, intense, very difficult for available. Like, if you want to be the badass and like, you know, pull your hair out, they have that. If you want PvP, they have it. They're trying their best to make it like, it's really good, but it's definitely WoW's, like World of Warcraft's much better for PvP. It ain't like Destiny where you... Huh?
Go ahead.
Yeah, no, you had a question.
So how often do you think you play the game?
How often do I play this? Oh, I play it all the time.
So how big is your,
In my clan? There's a good number of people. It's kind of like older folks like myself, but... Like, if you're worried about, like, having people to play with, it's like, they're there. They're a presence. Alright, this is one of the newer mechanics for this here. I wish they made these actually more...
When you say mechanics...
Oh, I'm gonna fail!
The boss's ability, right?
This is, if you didn't fail that mechanic, you'd die. Like, everybody has to slam that. So it's like phase 2. Alright, so they've got a mechanic here.
So MP is like your...
MP actually doesn't count for warrior. For warrior, that's typically for caster. It's typically magic points, like in old school Final Fantasy, yeah, that was like, you need this amount of MP. But in this game, like,
I know
it doesn't really matter.
So
They used to have something called tactical points, but they took that out.
I knew it was like So I know it was like for like magic. So, do you have your stat maxed out already?
Well, do I have my stats maxed out here?
Yeah.
I'm at max level on this character, but for this boss here, I've been level synced. So level synced, like I'm actually, this is a level 70 boss, so I've been synced down from 80 to 70.
Oh, okay, because you're not.
Otherwise, I would just one shot this guy. Like.
So with your class on your summoner, you probably one shot this guy.
If I did it unsynced, I don't know.
Well, not.
Oh shit! All the healers died.
So, sorry.
Oh god. Oh god. Okay. Okay. Popping home again here. No, we downed him. Yeah. Yeah, these two healers on the left, they died.
Yeah, that about to cost you the...
Yep, into this, see, let me get this in here.
So does it purposely match you with other classes? Like,
okay, yeah, it's gonna, what the game will do is it will match you with 2 tanks, 2 healers, and 4 DPS.
Okay, so similar to Overwatch.
Yeah, it's gonna roll queue you for that. Like you can have mixed parties for certain things, but for those dungeon, like these are roulettes.
Okay.
Like you get these dailies here, and they reset at 9 a.m. or 11 a.m. This is the PvE. Let's see what this is like. See, like 30-minute queue time, like nobody's playing it.
Yeah.
Like they're working on improving that.
So they're still working on the game?
No, they're always working on the game. Like the game's always actively adding stuff. Like it's been going on since 2013, 2010 technically, because 1.0 of this game was complete failure. Like they actually had to put it into the story, like how the game like just got totally reworked. So the first expansion is called A Realm Reborn, on account of like in order to they like reworked the game, then they made a plot device in the game to show how much of a change it was. Like they ended the world. They literally just blew it up.
So they deleted the first copy because what was
No, they didn't delete it. They reworked the game like completely. Like if you look at,
so they just reworked.
Not remastered, like they reworked it. Like the game wasn't fun in 1.0, so they reworked it.
So they basically just added a ton of new features.
They basically made it so it was more like WoW. They made it more. Okay, at first it was more like Final Fantasy 11. But the thing is, at that time, the market was like, everybody likes WoW. Well, WoW is based on, like, see how I have these buttons here at the bottom? Like, you have buttons to hit. In Final Fantasy 11, it was all menu-based. It was like, hit attack, hit this. Like, you had to go through menus to get and it was very slow. You also couldn't jump.
Yeah, I can see how that not that fun.
Yeah, like, people like jumping in games. In Final Fantasy VII Remake, you actually can't jump, but to be honest, actually, it's not really it's actually not necessary.
Yeah.
Because, like, I like their system for Final Fantasy VII, because, like, Remake, that is, like, it plays like Kingdom Hearts or something like that. Like, where it's, like, you know, button mashing. Oh, these are fates. Yeah. These are, like, open world, events.
So about how long did it take you to get all your teams?
To get all leveling?
No, just all your tames. Just get them in general, not leveling.
Tames?
Tames isn't like the stuff you're riding.
Oh, the mounts? Mounts, you just get them. Oh, you get them. You get your first one at level 30. and then progressively you just acquire more.
So, do you get them from leveling up? Can you get them?
You
from
can get them from
missions?
drops. You can get them from vendors. You can get them from like. There's a lot of ways to get them, and that's what a lot of people do is do mount farming. No. Fuck no, dude.
How many are there?
Oh, there are a lot, buddy. This is just this is just a sampling. You get some. Oh, you do get some of them from like the main story quest too. We got this one. What else here?
Can you use them for attack?
At
all? Or are they just for...
Only the chocobo is your companion chocobo. So only your chocobo, like this my chocobo here. See how I named him Botch? The reason I named him Botch was because of the mistake of playing this game. Botch is when you botch something, like you make a mistake.
Yeah.
So, yeah. There's also minions, like you get little pets here. Like let's see here.
So could you use?
Neither of these are going to be are not going to be like attacking things. How can I say, pets, basically like NPCs for tanking or attack purposes aren't really used in dungeons.
Okay.
There are squadrons, but to be honest, I'd rather play with people.
Yeah.
The AI is definitely not very good. But my one gripe with the game is the zoning. You see this blue, you'll see a blue line there.
Yeah.
Yep. That is essentially just my only gripe with this game. But as you go forward in the game, the zones get bigger.
Oh, that's cool.
So, if...
I assumed you just had the entire map.
You get this... This is just one map. Like, I could go to...
yeah, I meant, like, sections.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I just assumed you started out
each one's a section on its own, so... What's another cool zone? Maybe Az's Law? Where are we? This is Dravania. Griffiths. Othard. Yeah, Othard. This, yeah, we'll do this one here. It's a cool little area. And yeah, the cool thing is you can teleport everywhere. You don't have, like in Vanilla WoW, you actually had to like take a griffin and fly and wait and wait and wait and wait until it would take you there, and then you'd have to walk everywhere. It was a real pain.
Starting out, so
but
that'd be annoying. So your first mount, is it a flying one?
You get it. No, you get your flying ability at like level 50 now. It used to be that you didn't get it until like the second expansion, but they like reworked some things and made it so you can fly in the old areas. So yeah, like flying is not something that, and it makes things very convenient.
Yeah, it's more of like a, it's like more of a thing you have to work towards.
Yeah, it makes traversing the zone a lot more convenient.
Yeah. So, how much do you lose when you teleport, or do you lose anything at all?
So look, I have like 4 million gil. It's like 1,000 to teleport. You make gil in this game. You make money in this game like easily. It's not really a problem at all. In all honesty, actually, it's kind of broke.
So about how much time did it take you to get 4 million?
Dude, when you do the main scenario quest, you just get it passively. You'll just find that you're not really spending that much. Like teleports are really not an issue.
Okay.
Like I could just do that all day if I wanted to and not give a crap about it.
Damn, this game's helpful. I thought there was a lot less to it.
No, there's a lot to it, dude. It's a whole world. That's that's a dungeon right there.
Is that one of the more dangerous ones?
Oh yeah, you could. That's one where you're basically like. Yeah, that's one there. Go to the next zone. But if you're thinking about upgrading your PlayStation with an SSD, makes this game so much better.
I just plan on getting a PC.
If you play it on PC, yeah, you can do full 4K and shit. Like, it looks like, dude, this game looks sick on PC.
That's not true.
I don't know about if you have the right. Yeah, because right now, good luck finding a decent price on one.
Every PC part is just overpriced right now.
Yeah, it's all inflated. I'd say late spring, early summer, things will start to get back to normal.
Yeah, that's what.
Because right now it's just saturated. Like, you gotta wait till the market saturates. And I think AMD announced that because they use they basically contract out a foundry that does the chip manufacturing. Well, they're going to be making more chips there. Which oh, fun fact, guys. If you think you really want to bring computer manufacturing to the US, you should see the chemicals that are used for making them. It's actually quite toxic. Because it's oh yeah, because basically there's a lot of arsenic and pretty like heavy metal chemicals to use, because what they do is they think of like making a template. Like, imagine you take like actually making the chips. Making the chips. Like, NVIDIA doesn't make chips. They design all the circuitry and all that, and then they say, hey, China factory, you do the part. Yeah, you do that for us with that. You can use our technology and you can brand it. That's why you'll see EVGA or Asus or something. You'll see different manufacturers for that type of NVIDIA graphics card. NVIDIA, so NVIDIA is more about, like, bottom line, guys, America is more about, like, we have the ideas, we have the IP, the intellectual properties. We would we don't want to do the bitch work, in other words. So same thing for coding. Silicon Valley, most of the time we ship it to India and Russia, or other countries, because just to do the coding. We say, hey, we want something to do this. Then we pay them nickels, and we make multiple, a lot more money off of it. And then after that, we'll do the maintenance over here.
So if I were to go into computer engineering, I wouldn't be making
software engineering. Well, computer engineering. Okay, yeah, two different things. So there's computer engineering, which is more like electrical engineering. Like, think of electrical engineering as dealing with the actual electricity and the chips and all that. Then as you move down the scale, you get to computer engineering, which is like kind of halfway between computer science and electrical engineering. It's like, how do I make the computer science stuff work with the electrical engineering stuff? Then as you move down, you're in the middle. Computer science is in the middle between information systems management, like people, IT people are the guys who talk with the business people to see how it could work in business. How do you seeing how it works here? So
yeah. The
term computer person is kind of it covers a wide array of things. Because there's and software engineering itself actually is more of the, how do I get this thing to work, to do what I want it to do? So I plan out what I'm going to have the program do, how it's going to do it, how it's going to manage it. Like, to code is actually more so like, you start with a plan, you write it out in like steps, and then you go to the code and you make it work with the language. It ain't like those YouTube videos where it's like you see in the movies, like computer hacker. Like,
yeah.
No, it ain't like that.
Yeah, I didn't expect.
No, we have Indians do that for on like $1 an hour.
Does $1 go a lot further?
Sorry. Where was I? Yep. Yeah, honestly, we do pay them very, very little to do so. And they do it well too, dude. They like slam through that stuff really quickly. Yeah. Like Hershey's chocolate wasn't like, you know, revolutionary. It was revolutionary because the guy who came up with it found a way to make it so you didn't he found a way to make milk chocolate in a manner that used up, what is it? He made it into a cheaper process so that the candy bar was cheaper and it still tasted good. Because I think it had to do something with milk. The quality of the milk. He was able to use a lower quality of milk and still make a better, a good chocolate bar. That was tasty and affordable. What Ford was famous for the assembly line. They were also, you know, Kingsford charcoal. That was Henry Ford saying, you know, the factories, they would use wood, take all those, you know, burnt wood logs and stuff like that, compact them into briquettes, and you can sell them. That was there. That's why it's Kingsford. Yep. But sadly, and yeah, he was able to make lots of vehicles very quickly. Now all we do in Michigan is make crappy cars that nobody really wants to buy, and when nobody buys cars, we suffer. We make good trucks, I wouldn't say, but do you really want to buy? We make the most profit off of trucks. Yeah, like if you want to buy a truck, don't buy a Japanese truck, really. Like buy an American truck, because I'll say that the Japanese trucks are pretty good. They're just, when I drive in them, it's kind of, it feels very utilitarian. It feels very like, you know, like good for all. Like it doesn't feel muscly. It feels kind of wimpy. But yeah, for baby cars, for little cars, like Japanese are way ahead of us. That looks cool. I don't know if everyone's gonna buy it, but I don't know. Like the semis are really cool though, because if one thing I can say, like from working in logistics, trucks are that's where money's at. Like if you want to make money, semi trucks are where it's at. Like it's a lot of money to be made in that area, because like they're commercial vehicles and they're like $100,000. But if you can make them electric, because like if you think of, there's no more transmission. There's no transmission in them. That's weight reduction there. You don't have to deal with, because there's a urea agent you need to add to your semi in order to reduce emissions, which urea is just pee. Basically, it's condensed phosphorus to reduce the nitrous emissions. And it's more reliable because you don't have to deal with a radiator. You don't have to deal with all these other factors that can go wrong. And while you're loading your truck, most of the time they'll keep them running. That's what diesel's for. Diesel's really good at like idling, like in place for long periods of time and being efficient. Because once you get to a certain size of an engine, using fuel inject or spark plugs becomes inefficient. So yeah, there's no spark plugs in semis. It's all diesel. But you were about to say something. No, I forgot. Sorry. No, you can still have electric do that. Oh, it could be immensely. It could be more powerful because. Well, think of it. Well, how does an engine work? What does an engine have to do? Think of all the steps that need to do to get the wheels to spin. You have to power the engine. Engine transfer that to, like, you have a flywheel, and that goes through transmission. The transmission is transferring that to that. Well, the electric motor is boom, instant torque. But you're right. It's it probably wouldn't be as powerful as something as of right off the bat, but through iteration and innovation, you could it could be more powerful. But you don't want power so much. You want it would be lighter, though. It'd be lighter than a conventional semi. And they're the worst. Semis are terrible. Because you also have to have think of the size of the catalytic converter in them. Like think of you know those things of popcorn you get for Christmas, the big old metal. It's about take that size, double it in height, and then maybe actually increase it by 250 scale, so 2.5 times. And it's going to weigh at least 80 to 120 pounds and cost about $10,000. And you need 2 of them for the catalytic converter. Which is actually a really cool thing, like how it works. Like it looks like a piece of like cement in a casing of steel, but it has like little holes, like little tiny holes, and it's just filled with precious metals. I only know this because I worked for a company that was making exhaust like components like catalytic converters. Oh yeah, yep. Good. Yeah, RVs are, yep, basically smaller semis. Smaller scales. So he's probably getting a lot of money. He's getting a lot of work nowadays, huh? Really, that's like the biggest hit thing is to have an RV. I think Aiden's not. Aiden, you still watching? I was gonna end the stream. Yeah.